Hey guys, welcome back to Rewatch Movie. I am Mike, and this is a review of John Carpenter's Suburban Screams. Ah! The thing that came on Peacock on October the 13th with the coolest poster ever, with the thingies that look like driveways with blood running down them. God, that's a sick poster. And it's the first time John Carpenter has been back in the director's chair in quite some time, and it's only in one episode, the last episode, which is the main one we'll be focusing on today, and that episode's called Phone Stalker. Did you notice the quotations I did? You know, like when someone says it's the perfect size, he allegedly directed this from his house over Zoom. So yeah, if you're wondering if it's more of like a trivial title-based thing, just to get asses in the seats, and yeah, it fucking is. From the opening shot, and what this show is, by the way, this show is a true crime-based series where, if you've ever seen The Nightmare, which was a really good movie, by the way, a documentary, or like Rescue 911 or Dateline NBC, what the entire series is, it's based on true stories, and the victims who have been through these true stories will give an interview in current day based on what happened to them, while dramatic reenactments take place over the screen showing what happened. So it's not a horror anthology, so to speak. It's more like just dramatic reenactments and interviews. John Carpenter's Dateline NBC. But here's the thing, the actual reenactments are really, really bad. Like, for the most part. I mean, the acting, and again, we're just going to focus today on this one episode, the John Carpenter directed episode, which I've watched some of the other ones. It feels very much not very different from the other ones. The opening opens up, and this one's called The Phone Stalker. It's the last episode of the season. So it opens up, and there's this dude, and there's this, pretty good cinematography going on this one opening scene where there's a lot of blue lights and stuff like that, and you can hear it's like, oh, that sort of sounds like a John Carpenter score, and he did score this allegedly, and it sort of sounds like John Carpenter scored this. There's little moments where you go, oh shit, that's John Carpenter, and there's other moments where you go, that could be anyone. And I love John Carpenter's work as much as anybody. He's one of my favorite horror directors of all time, but everybody knows he has a propensity to be like, look, I'll do whatever the fuck you want if you just give me a paycheck, and don't ask me about Halloween again. That's just him, and the world could use a little bit more honesty, so I'm not judging it by any means. That's just who the fuck he is, and this reeks of it. It doesn't always, as much as I respect it, hey, you've earned the right to do whatever the hell you want to do. Sit on your couch and watch the Warriors and play video games, dude. You're John goddamn Carpenter. And fuck anybody who doesn't like it. Cool. But on the content side of it, you get this. It kind of reeks of, hey, he stopped by the studio one day via Zoom and was like, hey, good job, you guys. Hey, is the pizza fucking here yet? But the story for this particular episode is pretty cool. I honestly it's only about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour long. But when it starts out, I genuinely almost turned it off halfway through. It was that bad. The dramatic reenactment actors, not all of them. The main lady in this one who's being stalked was pretty good. But the people around her were just, sometimes, oh my God, horrible reenactment, like Rescue 911 type shit. And like, for instance, it starts out and they're at a party and the guy opens a beer and he goes, all right, we're at a party. And there's like 4 people standing in a backyard. And she just got done with a boyfriend who cheated on her. And she's like, I am free to party. Then she starts receiving phone calls in the middle of the night. And she answers the phone. And the voice is like, I'm going to shove my dick down your throat. And you're like, whoa. This feels like it's on fucking NBC. This feels like it's on CBS. But that guy just said he was going to shove his dick down your throat. And that's kind of where it gets a little cooler than your typical. Like, it's not filmed as well as like Daylight NBC's reenactments, but that's where you get like your it's a little bit more horror fueled in that way, I'll say. Like, the stalker in this gets in her car while she's at work and takes a picture of his dick in her car, which is like some really fucked up stalker behavior. I mean, that's next level Mega Man stalker shit. And he sends her a picture of his dick taken inside of her car. But it's funny because the quality of the show goes like this. When they show the dick on the phone, it's literally a dildo. And I mean, it's quite plain clothes, a dildo right there in front of you, just flopping around. And you're wondering, did he just hold a dildo, or is this supposed to be his dick? And then you show the actors talking, and the guy's like, are you sure it's not your ex-boyfriend? And she's like, that is not my ex-boyfriend. And they're like, oh my God, God, which is weird because they're like, this stalker's got a huge dick. And I was like, this is a strange thing that's going on. Even though it's pretty generic stalkers type stuff, it does end on a very surprising note that kind of gives you the creepy jeepies in your tum-tums. And there is one great jump scare in it. That's all I'll say about it, but it's John Carpenter-ish, and you do not see it coming. It's like, oh, fucking Chiba fuck. That came out of nowhere, and that was kind of fun. This one, I guess you can sense, sort of John Carpenter's hands on it from really far away via Zoom while he's taking a crap. Once again, this is just like slap a name on a box and ship that shit out. Give me a check. I want to go get ice cream. Hey, does anybody have a hot dog? Every episode opens with him talking about you'll never look at your neighbors the same again or whatever, and one of those goosebumps type thing. It's kind of a fun idea. The show's something that you could put on in the background and walk around your house cleaning it and stop when something gets interesting. But a lot of the episodes drag and plot along, and it's pretty basic shit they're dealing with for the most part, but it's just so slowly drawn out because you get the sense that they really don't have that much material to work with to begin with. The John Carpenter episode got a lot better. Halfway through, I was thinking this is a damn travesty. It did get a lot better, so I actually would recommend checking it out while you're eating your lunch one day and see what you think about it for yourself. I love the idea. I love the imagery. I love the Suburban idea, but this is just, there's nothing extra to this that we haven't seen done around every fucking corner on Hulu or Dateline or wherever. It's just the same old shit. They just slapped John Carpenter's name on it and sold it to you for double. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like they would do if it were a product. Don't fucking judge me for the way I talk. But yeah, it's been 13 years since we got the Ward. And, you know, I don't know if John Carpenter will ever return to the director's chair, but I hope they don't do this too often. But check it out if you want to. It's got October vibes to it. What you should expect is a made-for-TV true crime show that they slap John Carpenter's name off of. Let me know what you guys think down below. Top 3 Carpenter films not named Halloween. Comment them down below. I love your all's fucking faces, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, God damn.
Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box, or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS.